What's up?
What are you gonna do today?
Today, we're gonna change the world.
Okay, let's do it.
Come on.
Who am I? What am I? How do I serve? Connection to connection is a part of you and I. Open up your eyes, disassociate the lies. And if waking was a process, then I say I am. And I'm loving the process every day I am.
Today we gonna change the world. Today we gonna
That's
change the
right.
world. Yes.
That's right.
Let's
Never
go.
gets old. I love it.
You know, I think you're absolutely right, Cami Bell. It never gets old.
Nope. Sure doesn't.
And I too love it. That is Bud Jesus, guys. You can check him out on Apple Tunes or what is it? Spotify.
Apple and Spotify.
Oh yeah, and
Right.
Apple Music. Bud Jesus, Geezus. He did our intro for us. Thank you, Bud, because today we gonna change the world.
That's right.
I think
So what are we going over today?
Okay. So we are a little delayed in this. Maybe we should have done this already. But today we are gonna get to know the hosts. And when I say hosts, I mean both of us. Cami Bell, thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Well,
I guess I'll be here every day since I am your co-host, but
yeah,
I still gotta thank you.
Well, it's amazing. I'm glad to be here with you. And tonight we are going to share a little bit about us. We're going to be a little vulnerable tonight.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, everybody's just tuning in. Thanks for coming in. You could catch me on TikTok at jaw_bless_I. Catch me on YouTube, jaw_bless_I. And you can catch me on Facebook, Justin Lewis, LUIS. Come check it out. And if you like the show, please leave some comments and let us know. Maybe share it with your friends. We want to help you get where you are going. As far as I'm concerned, it is my job to help you, and we want to do that.
Yes, we do. Should we tell them who we are?
What? I don't even know who I am.
Yes, you do.
I don't even know what to say. They call me Jay, okay? I live in the Bay. Don't make me keep rhyming because I got rhymes all day. Say what? Let me dim this down a little bit.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I can bust flows too, man. Don't, John. No.
All right, so I heard you've got some questions for me.
Yeah, so I would like you, first of all, Cami Bell, if you don't mind, tell the world what we are about. What is this show about? What are we trying to accomplish here? And how are they involved?
Well, this show is to give people a platform to speak up and tell us what's on their mind, what they have planned for themselves, for their future, for any good that they want to do in this world, or simply just need somewhere to tell us about their life stories.
Ooh, that's a rough
place. I mean, if they're short, right? You don't really care for the long ones, but
it depends on the show, right?
Yeah. It depends on the topic.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. If I had a business and I reached out to just speak up, would they allow me on the show?
Absolutely.
What if I just wanted to tell people about my business?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's what we're here for, to give the people the platform to come on and talk to us about what their businesses are, any plans that they have, anything that they feel that they just don't know how to get out there. Contact us, let us know. We'll get you up here with us so you can share what you have to with the world.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's done with pure intentions, we are here to help. And we've got a whole crew backing us over at TikTok, man, that they're willing to help, let me tell you. That's how Cami Bell and I met. Well, can you say that we really met? Like, have we met or are we strangers?
That's a good question. I mean, I wouldn't call us strangers.
No?
I mean,
So
I if I
we're not.
saw you in a store, I'd go up to you. Of course, you couldn't come up to me unless I was wearing this, but I feel like I could.
I just got to
I
hear you.
don't know what constitutes a stranger nowadays, right?
Yeah, so that's actually something that I thought of before we hit record. I'm like, wait, hold on. Have we really met? And are we strangers? I guess we have met and we're not strangers. I mean, that's the easy answer, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're strangers. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely not strangers. I think a stranger is somebody you don't know. And I would say that I know you to some extent, but we haven't met live in the flesh.
right.
So that's a little bit of background about Cami Bell and myself. Yes, it is true. Nobody has seen her face yet. So, well, nobody on
Yet.
social media has seen her face yet. Yet. We are going to have a reveal. I don't know her plans or her requirements or what's going to prompt it, but I'm looking forward to it. I got some ideas, you know.
I, I'm just trying to have fun with it now. I think if I really wanted to, I could probably take the mask off by next week, but I kind of don't want to. This is kind of fun.
Yeah.
So,
So, okay, next week, no, it's not going to cut it. We got to really now all of a sudden we gotta hype this up a little bit, you know? We gotta get the people to start calling in and be like, "Cammy Bell, when are we gonna see your face? I've subscribed and I've waited. I've waited all this time. I wanna see your face." And I, personally, have left myself in the dark because I'm with all of you that have never seen her face, and when that reveal day comes, we're all gonna be disappointed together. Wait, did I say that out loud? No, I like joking around and saying that because truly, I expect nothing. You know, I actually I try to go, I go about life that way these days, you know? Just strive for the best, keep getting better at being me, but not expecting things from people. Uh, I don't want to expect anything out of anybody as far as their personality, their character, and yes, even their looks. So,
but you must have at least like an idea of what you think I look like.
you look like a masked woman, a mysterious masked woman.
I look like a heart.
Yes, you and Queen Good Vibes did that at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Queen Good Vibes is over here in the TikTok live, and she just threw it up. Throw it up, throw it up. I can see ya. Guys, if you're on TikTok, go ahead and check the link in my bio. You can find the YouTube live, and if you want to leave some comments, we'll pin them. We are looking for some comments tonight. We have yet to have a viewer come into YouTube, so we are hoping for you to come in tonight. So come check us out. So the mask. Why the mask, Cami Bell?
Well, so when I first got on TikTok, the entire time I've been on TikTok, I've never had a profile photo of myself, and I just it's just the way it worked out. I didn't plan it, and I never posted anything. I mainly use TikTok just doom scroll like everyone else. Never really jumped into the lives or you kind of just watched, right? And so um, because I had no videos of myself or no photo, eventually when I ended up on your live, people started asking, and um, I I chose not to because of like I don't know, it feels safe. And I think that, I mean, we discussed this the last episode where I have like this fear of being perceived. I don't really like to be in the spotlight. And so this is my way of being able to still be able to express myself in some way without worrying about, um, I mean, I know that I'm being perceived at the moment, obviously, you know, that I'm here, but it's a little different. And so I think that it gives me the, it's just it's a baby step for me. It's a stepping stone. So, yeah, I've decided to keep it. And so the I would have just not shown any photos or anything, and there would have been no photos of me. But because of this podcast, um, I would have to be in front of the camera. So, hence the mask.
So
But
we're
I've had
breaking
fun with
down barriers.
it.
Is that
Baby
what you're
steps,
telling
yeah.
me? All right.
Yeah, I
We're
believe
taking them
so.
down. Awesome. I think we touched a little bit about it on the TikTok stories of how you worked your way up to, talking and putting now your mask on the screen. So it's cool to be a
Right.
part of the journey. Well, well,
You've
well.
definitely been big part of it because I think that, and I've said this before, it's the I think you got the courage to do so after joining your live and realizing it wasn't so scary after all.
Ooh, you guys hear that? It's not so scary, guys. Come out and just speak up. Whatever's on your mind, tell the world. Be yourself, be unique, chase your dreams, and let us know how we could help you guys because we want to see you succeed. And together we rise. Truly, together we rise. All right, Cami Bell. I have another question for you. I don't know if you want to hop in and ask me one, but you know, I could go on and on and on chatting
I
with you.
Yeah, actually, I do have a few questions for you, but um I think I've actually asked you this before, so I apologize for that. I was thinking that this is the first question I thought of, and I was like, I know he's told me that before, and how do I not remember it? Because I remember everything. So I'm
Let's
going to
go.
ask it again.
Let's go.
What is your most favorite memory?
What is my most favorite memory? Give me a second. My most favorite memory. Well,
I can't hear you.
no, I know.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, no,
I
I
thought
got
you
this
were
little
muted.
button over here. It's called the mute button. So, really, yeah, dude, I just go to like right now. Or the memory from a few minutes ago when we hit the record and my kid's here and he's feeling a little down, but at the same time, like right now it's beautiful and it's lovely. And the fact that people are taking the time out of their night to come and join this meeting of minds is a great thing to remember. Does that count?
I love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Okay, so let's ask you a question. Maybe we'll just go question for question for now until we make it to the top. Don't stop. Okay, so me and my rhymes tonight.
You're on it.
What is one life goal?
One?
Just one. One. I would prefer it be an important, like high achieving, like reach for the stars type of goal, but anything will do.
So I think that I've thought about this a lot recently, actually. Um, I have always wanted to have like some sort of, I don't necessarily know exactly what to call it just yet, but it would be sort of maybe like either a co-op or a nonprofit of some sort, and it'd be like a community center where people can come to. Um, there's going to be like a used bookstore or like a used book library, gardening. People, there's going to be like a separate area that would be like a workshop for people to bring in like small household appliances to repair instead of throwing them away, to buy something new. So it's kind of, I've always been big on recycling, and um, I try to do my best and my part to keep this planet from becoming the pile of trash that it's slowly. I mean, just not necessarily that, but I just want to help provide a space where people can come together within their community and be themselves. If they need help with anything that is they need issues with, I don't know, it's still like a
So
big
you're s-
brainstorm, right? Like I want to have this place where people can come together and get assistance with small things that people come across from, like day to day,
well
right? Day to
well
day
you're
stuff.
already doing it now here. Now obviously they can't bring any recyclables here or appliances or anything, but you are here creating a space for to help people, and I think it's great. So speaking of which, I love the idea, and I can't wait till I see that in action when I am able to come to your consignment store or your nonprofit that you're talking about, and I'm just like, "Ooh, can I get a toaster? Reuse?"
Well, yeah, I don't even know what to call it. Like, it's just I the way that I think of it, it's like this little hub of all
Ooh.
the interest and different things that I care for, and that I think that would help make this world a better place. So whether
So
it's learning about gardening or like craft fairs, or uh, just the area where people who activists in the city or location that I'm at want to come together and talk about,
activists?
um,
Or do
yeah,
you
any
accept
type of
all
people that,
activists?
yeah, yeah,
What if you don't
absolutely.
align with their cause?
If I don't align with their cause, I
Yeah.
I mean,
Are they still
I
welcome?
yeah, no, absolutely, I think so, yeah, because I think that would just be ignorant to keep someone out because I don't align with them.
Mm,
That's
it
not
would.
what I'm about. So I
So, okay,
activism is activism.
let's let's talk about what you have now, which is us here at this podcast and the space that we have to help each other. Because we haven't
Hmm.
gotten that up yet, but now that we have the podcast to talk about, what is one of your podcast goals as far as why you're here and your objective? Is there even a goal? Is it just for entertainment? Does it even matter? Is it gonna benefit people? How does it benefit people? And, do you think we're gonna be able to accomplish our task? Or are we already accomplishing the task? That's so many questions. I'll shut up
That
now.
is a lot of questions.
Ooh, I could start over.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the chat and TikTok is going off right now, by the way. So once again, if you want to find me on TikTok, you can find me at jaw_bless_I. And you can find Cami Bell at cami.bell.e, right?
It's yeah,
Oh,
cam.i.bell.e.
oh, okay. There we go. You heard it. She told you. But
I
if you
can't change
guys
it
can
like the
click
19th of
my
March. I
bio,
tried.
come to the YouTube and leave your comments, and we will talk about them. We will bring them up. So hit the bio, guys, and come to the YouTube and leave some comments. Everybody in the YouTube right now, all one of you, please leave a comment, say hello so we can see who you are and what you're about. Okay, so a podcast goal.
podcast goal. I want to get to the point where we are. I think that for only our third, fourth episode, I think that we're learning as we go, and we're open to anything there is to learn. And it's fun to learn, but I think that I would like to get to the point where we I wouldn't say know it like the back of our hand, because that means that you're complacent, but I think that it would be nice to be able to do it more fluently, and get people in here that are just. How amazing would it be to have just like, I don't even know to put like what number to put on it, but just in the crazy amount of people in here every time that we go live, and
Yeah.
just
So
interacting with us. And
I think the
yeah.
one of the things that brought us together was the fact that we like to learn. Obviously, my TikTok is share your knowledge, and we're sitting there soaking it up from all walks of life. And then, there's that part too, the open-mindedness that we have, between the two of us and everybody else that comes in the room. The fact that we're able to listen to everybody and learn from everybody is something that kind of brought us together, and here we are.
Hmm.
So, how can this podcast help others?
By us staying true to what we believe it can become, and remembering that this is, we're the ones up here, but this is ultimately for everyone else. We're just the avenue that you can take to get where you want to be. And I think that, I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? I lost it just there.
No, you're good. I said, how can this podcast help others?
Right. So if we keep an open mind to the information that we're providing, and make sure that it's accessible to everyone, that it relates there, it's relatable, right? And so I think that if people can relate to us and relate to the stories that they hear on here, then that's ultimately what touches people. And if people come onto the show as guests and give the information about their businesses or whatever it is that they have going, um, I think that could be a step towards something greater for them.
So, if you could tell them anything right now, if they're watching, you want to help them, and we have this, what would you tell them?
About this podcast, so I tell them that John is a great guy, and this truly is his baby. I think that I'm not sure if he's mentioned it to everyone in the past, but he's been working on this for years, and he's truly passionate about what he's doing here. He feels that it's his duty to provide a space for people to just speak up, to bring their knowledge to the table, what they have to offer the world. And I think that it's it's brand new, right? So we're just getting started, and I think that if you were to come on now, you can be one of the people that can come back later, years later, and say like, "Hey, I was on one of the first episodes." And so I think that that's pretty cool to think about. Like, this is the beginning of something great, and I encourage everyone to be a part of it.
Wow. Um, I'm at a loss for words. It was very kind of you to share that information, and mostly because it just shows that you pay attention and that I'm showing it with my actions, and that's awesome. Wasn't expecting that. Well, in that case,
Well,
we'll
you
let
are awesome.
thank you, Cami Bell. I appreciate that more than you know. And Divine Gray, who is in the comments in TikTok, she did go to my bio. I mean, my comments in YouTube. She went to my TikTok bio, found my YouTube channel, and left a comment. And that comment says, he accepted me when I said the wildest things about me, and that's pretty special.
That is very
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, look, we all got some things going on. and some crazy things. So I don't know what to say, man. Very awesome. Sometimes we just need someone to listen, and Jaw is that guy. And then there was Cami Bell. Cami
I've got a
Bell.
question for you.
Oh my goodness! I thought you'd never ask.
When did you realize that you were
Congratulations, well done.
you were so good at this, at being that person that people can come to? Like, how did you get to where you are right now?
Well, I was gonna say I haven't realized it, but I think that would not be entirely true. I think I'm just starting to realize it. Um, and it's mostly because of the feedback. Because, I'm only what somebody else says I am, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I am me, I am unique, I'm going to be myself. But when it comes to being somebody that is there for others and they feel comfortable doing so, and I quote unquote do a good job with it, it's not up for me to decide. It's up to other people to decide, and the way they will decide is by actually coming and talking and then sharing about it. So, I think I'm just starting to realize that I could be a benefit to my people, and that's my goal. My goal is to do what I can to empower others to be the best that they could be. Um, so yeah, I think I'm just starting to realize it.
Well, I can tell you that I'm pretty sure everyone that's listening probably agrees that you've been that person for a lot of people, and you should be proud of that, because I think that you definitely provide a space for, and a space and welcoming arms and ears and whatever, just for people who need it, and a lot of people are noticing it, and I think that's great. And you're great.
So, thank you. I don't do you see my cheeks getting a little red? Am I blushing? Because those are kind words. Um,
Well, I mean,
and
I think it's important to. I know that you don't care for the acknowledgement, and you simply want to get out and do what your dream is to do. But I think that it's important to let you know that you are reaching people, because that's how you can know that you're making a difference with that feedback.
yeah, and man, I would be lying if I told you it wasn't encouraging to hear, right? So, when I hear that, it just tells me that I'm accomplishing what I'm attempting, and I just want to keep doing it. So that's the main thing, right? Is just to keep it going and stay focused and know that I could do anything that I put my mind to. And so
Hmm.
could you. So come check us out at Just Speak Up. Just Speak Up. Ooh, do, 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 do. Divine
We need a
Gray.
jingle.
We got a jingle. Today we gonna change the world. So, okay. Now I need to ask you a question. We're gonna go deep, okay? Real deep.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. Philosophy or sociology? What do you like better? What field of study do you like?
Oh man,
Or do you
that's
like
a
them both?
tough one.
Because those are my two
That's a
favorite. I think if I know what they mean, then those are my
really.
two favorite.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought at some point I had told you that those were a couple of my favorites as well, and that's why you asked. But no, that's really cool. Um, I yeah no I really enjoy philosophy, sociology as well. Another thing that's kind of I don't really talk about much, but I've always been super interested in is um, geography.
Oh,
Um,
really?
I know that, yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I've always enjoyed just learning about the way that the landscape erodes and moves, and tectonic plates work, and volcanoes, and everything having to do with our planet. That's always been really interesting to me. And but yeah, no, I love all those topics. I don't think I have a favorite. It really depends on my mood. But recently, it's been a lot of philosophy and religion,
Sh-
actually.
the religion. Oh, okay, I was gonna talk about philosophy, but let's touch a little bit on religion.
Oh man.
So, religion. Everybody's so scared about talking about religion. Okay, so why does it bring so much animosity? Is that the right word? Like, okay, so we do lives like we said earlier every night. I mean, here we are right now, right? So we see what religion does when people start talking about it. So actually, it's all over the place, really, because sometimes it's absolutely beautiful. Most of the time, everybody in our live is able to keep their heads cool. Actually, well, we kind of just kick them out if they're rude, right? But uh,
Hmm.
we pretty much allow them to go without personal attacks. Everything else is fair game.
Right.
And well, it's just a topic that either they don't wanna touch or they're also mad at or they gotta choose one side and not the other. So, tell me, where do you stand on religion?
Well, so I think that organized religion is is used to control people. I think that that was its purpose from the beginning.
Ooh,
Um, because it, I know that's heavy, right? Going
that
right
is.
for it. It, I that's
It's
my theory on organized
essentially
religion.
but essentially what you're saying is that I don't know the stats, but I'm sure it's more than half the people in the world have some sort of religion. So let's just say there's a billion people, probably more, maybe less, that cling to or claim a religion, right?
Hmm.
So you just said that that many people are being, what was it?
Controlled.
Controlled.
Yeah, and
So
so sorry, go ahead.
no, I mean, it's a tough one because I'm a very religious person
Right.
in
But
my
do
definition
you
of
hear me say
religion.
right? But I said organized religion.
Right. Yes. And
So
mine is very disorganized, let me tell you, because I like them all, quite frankly.
so don't get me wrong. I think every religion has something to offer, and I think the side of religion that I don't enjoy is the oh man, I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I yeah,
Do
it was
it.
it was created to control people and make people believe what you felt. You know, the church fathers or whatever, whoever the head honchos, whatever they felt was necessary for people to believe. That's what was printed in their books and their
S
doctrine. And
so
so
you
it
okay.
it's I don't. I don't think that I don't think that it's in order to know God or to know a greater being, a greater entity, church isn't needed. I think that organized isn't doctrine isn't needed. It's within you, and I think that that's really hard for people to understand. And I mean, some people can. We're going to hear this and be like, "No, she's completely wrong," and that's completely okay. These are just my thoughts, but I think that um, the church was created to put a barrier between us and
Hmm.
the greater essence of God. I
See,
think that it.
I'm so getting to the point where I'm so careful with sharing these types of ideas and theories because what we're doing is we are spreading things that may not be true, right? So let's say the original person that created a church like had the best intentions in the world, and it was a place where people came together to praise the Lord, and then along the way, it started to be exploited, right? So, and I don't know which one it is, right? Or how many other ideas there are in between or theories. But
Mhm,
I will say that God will find you and call you and do all the things that you need without anything but you and him. I can
mhm.
guarantee that. But once that
I agree.
happens, once that starts, you can't help but to start digging because you just love it so much. So you start exploring. And what I would say, it's more the thing that's happening is the religions have captured the essence of like what happens when somebody is born again or when they meet this Holy Spirit that and then they take that and put it into their teachings, like you said, to control a mass of people. So when they have these interactions with the spirit world, or they meet Jesus, like they say, or they see the divine, or whatever it is, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, they have it all figured out over here. I'm going to go follow them. But really, what they figured out is what's going on when you have a spiritual awakening, and they're saying, oh, that's what this is. So now you have to do this, this, and this. Right. And then I think that's where people may get misconstrued or misled because really, from what I have noticed in my journey, that works for me is trusting myself and knowing that God can touch me, contact me, and guide me no matter what is really going on with other people. Now,
Mhm.
all of these other people I can learn from, man, I've been to church, I read that book, and I see how a lot of these people mean well. They truly do. But that whole organized religion thing, man, no, 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 that ain't for me. No, no,
Yeah, I probably
no.
went a little too deep, a little too soon, but I no, I get what you're saying, and I completely agree. I think that it's at some point in certain faiths, things started to get corrupt, and I think that it shouldn't keep someone from having that relationship with a higher being of some sort,
Oh,
because
man, they take you by the ear and down your pathway to awakening. It's terrifying, but beautiful, says Divine Gray. What do you get out of that comment there, Cami?
I think she was talking about the different how you said that people describe what would essentially be an awakening, and they have people follow them. So yeah, you getting pulled in one direction and the other.
Sweet. We've got JG's Lounge in the house. He says, "What's up, everyone?" this would be a great time to let everybody know on Spotify if you're listening to this. Everybody on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, come check out JG's Lounge. He's got a cool podcast network. And if you're actually serious about starting your own podcast, you might even join the team, man. There's a lot of support over here. So check us out, man, on JG's Lounge. He's got a full podcasting network and we're growing. So be on the lookout. Also, if you want to come join us on Just Speak Up, all you have to do is get me an email at justspeakupj@gmail.com. Come with an idea. Don't just say, hey, can I be on your podcast? The answer is yes, but come with some fire, man. Let me know what it is you want to talk about. Send me an example video or a structured, script of what you're thinking, and we'll get it cracking, Right, Cami?
Yep, you sure will.
Yes.
I did have another question for you, John.
Okay, let's go. What do you got? This is getting to know your hosts, right?
Yeah. So if
Repeat
you
my
can go back in time and talk to yourself as a 11-year-old, what would you tell yourself? What's the one thing you would tell your younger
The
self?
one thing I would tell myself is don't ever tell a lie.
Do you think your younger self would listen?
Um, the 11-year-old me, probably. The 14 or
Yeah,
17-year-old me, maybe not. But if we're just playing this whole theoretic thing game, and if it would actually come true, like if I would listen to myself, that would be the best thing. Just don't lie. It would have
that's a good one.
like
I like that.
it really dude, when you really don't lie, like I'm talking like don't even tell your kids Santa Claus exists. Like I'm talking about don't lie. Uh
Hmm.
you live a authentic life, and then you either start really thinking about the things that you're ashamed of and you stop doing them, or you just realize, forget it, F it, whatever you want to say. But then people will just have to deal with who you are at least, and at least you're
Right.
living the truth. So one of the things I could think of is like, when you're hiding, well, I don't know if you know, but when you're hiding being high off of dope or something, like
Hmm.
you're lying to people. And if you were to have to fess up every time or not hide it, then you might actually think about not doing it more, because you wouldn't want to deal with that shame.
Do you
So
think that's why people lie?
I think
Because
that's
they're
well,
ashamed of
those are
their
some of the reasons
decisions?
that I lied. And then also, like, for instance, if you cheat on somebody, you can't lie to them, so at least they would know. Then they get to decide if they wanna stay with you or not. Or you wouldn't cheat and you would just be straight up with them, and then a relationship wouldn't carry on when it shouldn't have, or the relationship is gonna get stronger and maybe even add in another person depending on your lifestyle, but at least you're not living a lie. And I'm not
So do
saying any
you
of
think
those are
that
right.
do you think that what is it that you benefit most from when you tell the truth? Is it knowing that you're not hurting the other person, or is it that you know that you don't have to deal with the guilt later?
Because the I think the highest benefit of it, and I thought of this a lot, and it's very deep, but you actually align yourself with reality and allow the rules of creation to take place as they should. You're not creating an illusion or a falsity for somebody else to live by, right? You're actually dealing with reality straight up, and that is something that creates a better world for everybody, and actions and reactions happen more organically and as they should, rather than some fluke because of a whole bunch of lies does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's definitely. I mean, once you say a lie, you have to keep up the lie, and it requires more work, and it's just. I mean, it's not good for anyone. A
Well, and
lot
it
of people
creates
get hurt along the way.
It creates a whole bunch of
If it
thoughts and actions that wouldn't be so if the truth were to be told.
right, right, and people they they trust that you're telling them the truth, and so yeah, they create an image of reality that is based on lies. So I absolutely get that. Yeah.
So Divine says that we should preach individuality more, and I will say that I think to truly be unique or be an individual, it must start with you being truthful, or else you're not
Yeah.
individual or unique. You're just so when you lie, you are appeasing somebody else's feelings, one way or the other, right? You're trying to not hurt them, don't want them to know, no matter what, it's fake. It's a fraud, and you're the fraud. So there's nothing unique or individual about that because you're feeding into the the outside world, and it's um, having an influence on your actions. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does, because you're wanting to appear in a certain way, which you wouldn't know what that way was unless you saw it portrayed somewhere else. Right? Is that what you were saying?
Say that again. No, I don't. Not the second part. Say the
So,
first part.
so you said that it's you're not being true to yourself. You're not being authentic when you lie because you're creating a false reality. And I said that it's you're you're lying and you're trying to be something you're not, and in order you're trying to be something else that you probably saw in someone else. You're trying
Right.
to
And it's due
appear in
the
a way that's not you.
yeah, and it's due to societal influence, right? You wanting
Right,
to,
yeah.
make them happy or appease them. So, you're trying to live by society standards. So, for instance, society says you shouldn't do drugs, right? But you do them anyways. Well, you're yourself. You're an individual. So, when you try to say that you don't, that's because you don't want others to know, and it's because of what they told you is right and wrong. So at
Right, got
least
it.
be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Got it. No, yeah, I think, I mean, it's exhausting to try to keep a lie up, and yeah, I could. It's just so inauthentic. But I mean, who am I to say
Correct.
I've got a mask on, I'm hiding. So I mean, I'm not.
People please.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
see, Divine Gray says, I seriously cannot wait to talk and give different perspectives. Yeah, so we could definitely do that. Um, you know the deal. I said it. For anybody else who's just tuning in or listening in on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok, or even Spotify. You want to come on the show? Shoot me an email at justspeakupj@gmail.com. We also have other days where people are calling in and joining the show, like last night's live. We had a couple of first time callers. That was awesome. Tonight is not one of them nights. Okay, so getting to know the host. Is it me asking you or you asking me, or are we done with this?
Do you have any more questions for me?
I do actually. Yes, I do. Although we totally didn't touch on philosophy at all, but I have a feeling we're going to be touching on that quite often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big one for me.
So my question to you is: do you like motivational speakers?
I do. Um, yeah, I do. I think that if they if they do it well, then they can really touch a lot of people.
Yeah. So
I think
who
you could
is?
totally be a professional motivational speaker.
So
I mean, you
that
already
was
do some of that.
actually that's how I started the Just Speak Up. Like the original idea was for
Hmm.
me to give speeches. and I started to go to Toastmasters to practice. And I realized I don't like standing up and giving written speeches. Or actually, I really don't like writing the speech and then memorizing it. That's the truth. That's just the truth. But what I did find is I love the organic, open discussion because it just leaves so much room for failure, dude, and being vulnerable just makes things so much more powerful, and I love the way other people's minds, their thoughts, and their conversation get my brain going, and I love observing how my brain works, so, uh, yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. So that's where I was like, "Okay, podcast," but then I found TikTok and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool," because it
I know
had
that's a great
everything
place to do
in,
it.
and then they just coming in the live and checking it out and sharing their point of view, and I'm like, "Man, people are nuts. Look, dude, you people are crazy, let me tell you, and it is amazing, quite frankly." Um, I love it because, like, some crazy stuff has happened in my life. So now when I hear other crazy stories, I'm like, "Man, is that true or are they just, like, truly crazy?" I don't know, but I'm very interested.
Yeah, people are so interesting. I mean, I think I've said that in every episode that we've done so far. I just love getting to hear other people's stories. And I'm the same way. Everything you just said about how listening to the way people phrase things, the way people express themselves, the way they give their thoughts a voice, like it's so cool. And it just so interesting to meet all these different people with so many different perspectives.
Dude, words are so powerful, says Divine Gray.
Yeah, they
Yep.
really are.
Yeah, I mean, hence why we're here because, look,
Mhm.
I got a voice. I ain't got much else, let me tell you, but I got a voice, and I'm gonna do my best to utilize it in a way that benefits my people. So, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Let's do it.
Yeah, we are doing it. Now we've got a whole bunch of people pouring in, a whole bunch, meaning like 16 that I can see. So that's pretty cool.
In
We've got,
YouTube,
yeah, we've got 4 on YouTube. I'm guessing they all came from TikTok. And then we got TikTok. Oh, now we only have 11 in there, but we got 15 people in here. Thank you all. I appreciate it very much. If you could give us some feedback, what you like, what you don't like. Um, is this conversation interesting? Are you getting to know the hosts? Feel free
you know what?
to leave it in the comments.
Yeah, why don't we open it up to them? See if they have. We'll take like one or two questions if they have any
Okay.
questions for us.
Well, you heard her, folks. She is your host, and she has just invited you. Yes, her, Cami Bell, has invited you to ask the host questions. We're getting towards the end of the live, and I'm having fun. People are rolling in. I want to say thank you all. Guys, if you have an idea, you got a business, you want to tell the world what I got to tell you, just speak up. You want to do it here? Come see us. We will help you. Just speak up.
So we've got. Can you read that? I can't read the person it's from, but he's asked he or she is asking, do you do inner child work?
Inner child work. Well, first of all, where's the question? Oh, is it on TikTok or is it
Oh yeah,
on
it's on TikTok.
Oh, I was looking at YouTube. I can't keep up with the TikTok one. Thank you,
Um,
Rabia. Thank you, Lead Lips. Thank you, Mendo Dado. Thank you, everybody who is tuning in. Okay, so the question is, do I do kid work?
uh, inner child work.
Inner child work. Okay, that sounds more intelligente. Do you do inner child work?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. Is inner child like child at heart type of thing? Like how to keep yourself internally young? Is that
That's
what
what
that
I'm
is?
thinking.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Inner child
So
work,
I think
or
I
is
do
it
inner child work.
like reparenting yourself type of thing? Talk to your child self. Oh no, I don't do that. How about you, John?
I definitely do. I definitely do inner child work. And if it's talking about like digging deep into yourself and finding that child within, I'm reminded constantly by myself that look, I'm just a big kid living this life. So the more I get back to that vulnerable, open-minded child willing to be myself no matter what and just enjoying the moment. Yeah, yeah, I do inner child work.
Yeah.
That's right.
I guess if you look at it that way, I don't think of it as work though. Maybe that's why I said that. But yeah, I think that I definitely have a, I wouldn't say a completely healthy inner child, but I think she's there. And I make sure to, I don't know. It's just, I try to look at things through eyes of somebody who has like all that curiosity that you see in little children, like noticing all the little things. That to me is what my inner child would do. So that's what I do. Is Nick okay?
Cammy Bell, you are a mind reader. Did you see it in my eyes? Yeah, no, not really.
I saw you talking to him.
Yeah, I was talking to Jay. Jay came in. I was like, "Hey, can you go do this or that? Do what?" Okay, so real quick, back to the motivational speakers.
Hmm.
Who is your favorite motivational speaker, or one of them? I don't want to say your favorite, but
So I don't remember her name. I actually haven't seen her on social media in a while, but she's a lady from England, and she has done some pretty wild stuff. Like physically, she is the daughter of two Olympic rowers, and she ran across from like the very northern part of the
what's her
UK.
name?
I don't remember her name. That's why I
Oh,
can't think of it. Um, but she ran barefoot from the very top to the very bottom of England, and she ran in New Zealand. She did like
what?
a bike ride all over the US. I got to see her in London, and I think she was just about to start her barefoot run. And so she was on stage, she was barefoot, and she was just, it was just so encouraging to hear the power in her voice and everything that she set herself up to be able to do. And so she said that she started off as a rower, but it just wasn't meant to be. And so she's just very physically active and traveling
That's
all over the world. And I found that very, very
so
encouraging.
you're gonna have to send me a link or something because I'm interested.
I will.
I personally, like I
I
said,
can't believe I don't remember her name.
motivational speakers, one of the best that I've ever heard, Jim Rohn.
I don't know who
Jim
that is.
Rohn is, oh man, I will definitely send you a clip. He's like before our time, and I don't
Hmm.
even remember how I came across him originally. But when you find his stuff, well, some of the stuff they chop up is good too, but when you find his original stuff of his words, man, is that guy powerful. He's just got a unique, humorous way, dude. He's just like, oh, like he's a witty dude. He's just very articulate and just a great way of forming his words that guy has. And it really related with me and how my mind works. So yeah, Jim
Very cool. So you're
Rohn.
able to. What was it? Jim
Jim
Rohn.
Rohn, Rohn,
Like, look.
Jim Rohn.
Yeah, I'll have to look him up, and I'll send you that girl's name once I find her.
Sounds good. Well, there we go there. Any Roman figures there? Okay, I've got one more question. Well, do you have any other questions for me, Cami Bell, as getting to know your host starts to or begins to wrap up?
Well, let's see. Did anyone else have a question? We didn't check to see if anyone else threw a question in there.
I personally cannot keep up with all the TikTok comments and the YouTube comments and the camera views and my mic and all that. So, um, I encourage everybody on TikTok to come over to YouTube. If TikTok happens to go down, this is where we will be doing our lives. So Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. If you don't see any other questions and you don't have any questions for me, I've got one more question for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Um, is there any prominent figures that you learn from or try to emulate? You know what it means to emulate someone?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. That is such a good question. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that
Okay.
because,
I'm gonna
uh, yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, so I will definitely bring that up at another time. Can you
Yeah, put
guess?
like the little, put a circle that one.
Yes.
Can I guess what?
Can you guess who I may try to emulate?
Bob Marley.
Yeah, that's a good guess. I would say that is definitely a human being that I would and do emulate. Absolutely. A great guess. How about another one person? Do you wanna try one more?
Jaw.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I definitely love to hear, read, and implement His Imperial Majesty's teachings into my life. So that is something that is amazing. You want to guess another person?
I do actually, and I think I
Uh,
know where you're going with this.
let's go.
You. Did I get that right?
Oh, well, yeah,
Because you want to be authentic, so you don't want to be anybody
yeah,
else but you.
and it goes way deeper than that. But I'm gonna keep that part of it to myself because one day, for me, it's gonna just be something special for me. So, I think you already know by now, but I feel that at when we are in our actual true form, that we remember everything. And one day when I'm not in this vessel, I'm gonna be able to be like, "You were right, dude. You did that." Because look, we forget when we come here for whatever reason. That's part of the rules of creation, right? We truly do forget about our eternal life. At least according to my theory of how life works. And I think I call it reality. Many would call it a theory.
Well, I mean, there are some people that remember past lives.
Yeah. So I also believe that as well. So yeah, and that's actually one of the things that I just keep to myself. That I know a few things, and I don't want to brag or bloat or tell the world. I'm so content and comfortable knowing that it was for me and I was able to accomplish some of these things in this life. So, and I just know deep down within that. at some point in time that does exist and is real, I will just be able to enjoy my accomplishments here on Earth. So,
Right on. That's powerful.
yeah. There's one other person too that I was actually thinking about as far as who I like to emulate.
I don't know.
No guesses?
Mm-mm.
Probably the most important person in the world ever.
Your children?
Did I say important? I meant
Yeah.
well known and famous, but maybe most important. I didn't mean to say that.
I don't know. I
Oh
really
my
don't
god,
know.
are you kidding me? Who is the person that in the world that you would say more people have heard about than anybody in the whole world? In all of the history of mankind?
Chewbacca.
Oh my god, you're gonna
Okay, you're gonna
I'm
make me say it?
I'm really
Jesus.
trying not to curse over here.
Jesus?
I'm really trying not to curse over here.
It's Jesus, isn't it?
Yeah. That's wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that is definitely I mean, dude, look, the guy has some cool stuff, man, and, like, what he did and, he gave his life and all that, like, the way that whole story goes, I'm like, "Dude, who wouldn't wanna do that for their people, man?" Jeez. Jeez. Let's go. Let's grow.
That's a good
Oh,
idea.
why lion? Oh, dude, how cool is this? I'm looking at the TikTok live and everybody is just going off in the comments, dude. That is awesome, dude. That is so awesome.
I love seeing it.
Yeah, it really is. So, okay, guys, before we get going, I really want to let you know where you can find us because we're there every night. We're doing a live. Look right there. You can see it. Cam.I.bell.e. There's a lot of dots, but if you go to TikTok, type those dots, you will find her. And if you want to find me, it's jaw_bless_I. And if you want to find me on YouTube, same thing. Spotify, you got to look up Just Speak Up. And remember, if you want to be on the show, send an email with some structure. How can you bring value to your people, the community? And we would love to have an episode with you. Do you have a business? Do you want to tell the world about it? Let me know. We want to help you get to where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Just speak up. I like them apples.
Getting good at that.
Thank
We
you.
need we need a little outro.
A little out. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm.
I think that's what Cloud was. His suggestion was during that first one we did, or 1.5.
Which one? What one? How? Why? What?
So do you remember when we asked for people to give us suggestions after one of the podcast or one of the
Oh
episodes?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that this was a successful episode for what we were trying to accomplish. What do you think?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
I
Hopefully
definitely
everyone
enjoyed it.
listening got to feel they know. I mean, I think that for the most part, a lot of the people that are watching right now, they're familiar with who we are.
So
But
that's the
yeah,
hard part for me too. Is like I don't know if the content that we're sharing is helping. If people really enjoy it, like, are they going to take the time to sit down and watch this? And if so, why? You know, but I guess at the same time, like, it doesn't matter, right? We just try, and those who we are able to reach and it resonates with, we were able to help. And those, if not, then worst that happens is we had some fun doing this, right? You
yep.
know,
Yeah, no, I think I mean, either way, I've had a lot of fun. And we're gonna continue having fun. So
yeah. Well, Thank you, everybody that has joined us in the YouTube and the Facebook. Your comments are amazing. The time that you have taken to spend with us, thank you very much. Rabia's in the house. What's up, Rabia? Thank you for stopping in.
Hey, Rabia.
Just Speak Up is the podcast, guys, and we want to help you get your voice out to the world. So if you want to be on the podcast, email me at justspeakupj@gmail.com. Give me an example, send me a script, and or send me a video. All right, guys. Cami Bell, you got anything else?
Nope. Just like always, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
And we will see you next time. Oh, wait. We're not saying bye, but we are saying be blessed and one love.